Okay, we're going to make zoodles and meatballs. Here's our ingredients. I've got 1 pound of grass-fed beef. I'm going to get out of the pack. Bought this at Whole Foods. Grass-fed, grass-finished. Every last bit. Okay, we're going to add a couple of our pasture-raised eggs, or from pasture-raised chickens. Wipe my hands off. A tablespoon of chopped garlic, or a little more. A couple of pinches of salt, big pinches. It'll be probably a couple teaspoons. That's some grated cheese, mozzarella and provolone. That's going to be our binder. We're not using any breadcrumbs, no gluten in our meatballs. We got some basil and oregano, probably about 2 teaspoons of each. You could go a tablespoon each. Turn on my pan. Using a nice stainless steel Cuisinart pan. We're going to mix our meatballs together into a homogeneous mass, and then we're going to make about, I would say, about 18 meatballs. So it'd be right about an ounce each. I'm going to add some parsley and chives to this. There we go. Makes it look a little more interesting to see the fresh herbs in there. Okay, I've got a tiny scoop. I think it's a 1.2 ounce scoop. There we go. We're gonna put our meatballs in our preheated pan. We got some olive oil and butter in the pan heating up. All right, here we are. Next to last one, and we're going to get every little bit out of that bowl. It's our last meatball. So the cheese is going to act as a binder when they cook. They're real delicate when you first start them out like this, so you got to be careful with them. You know, if they stick a little to the bottom, use a spatula to scrape them off. All right, now we're making our tomato sauce. We got fresh garden tomatoes. It'd be a good idea to add some fresh basil to this if you got it, to add a little more flavor to your a red sauce. You could also add your other spices to this at this time too. It'd be a good time to mix them in. Your basil. I'm going to add basil, oregano, some paprika to make it a little redder. Right now you can see it's kind of pink, but there's the paprika. It's going to make it a little redder. Again, we're adding some basil and oregano to the sauce, and we're going to hit it with some more salt. Boom. All right, and we're going to let that simmer for a while to cook the meatballs through. Turn it down. There we go. Now we're going to make the zoodles. We got a zucchini right out of the garden. Cut off one end. And get your zoodle machine. I think these things run about $3 or $4 or $5 at our local cooking store. Just put the zucchini end in one end, and you twist the zucchini, and out comes spaghetti, zoodles. And we're going to take the zoodles and we're going to saute them. There's a little piece left. I cut up that little piece and added it back into the meatballs. The zoodles themselves, I've got another pan where I'm just going to saute them quickly in a little olive oil and butter and a little salt. I do not have high blood pressure, by the way. Okay, there we are. We're sauteing. Now we're plating up. We got our meatballs on top of our zoodles. We're going to put some Asiago cheese on top. and garnish it with a little more parsley and chives. All right, there it is. There's a better shot from the side. Enjoy.